You've just given your furry overlord a bath and boom. Suddenly, they transform into a tornado racing maniacally around your coffee table like they're competing in the canine Olympics. Or perhaps you've wondered why before doing their business, they absolutely must spin exactly 18 circles, as if they're searching for the perfect Wi-Fi signal. Rest assured, your dog isn't malfunctioning. They're actually performing deeply instinctual behaviors hardwired into their DNA. Welcome to Dog Code 7, where today we're decoding 15 seemingly bizarre dog behaviors that actually make perfect sense once you understand the ancient survival programming running beneath those adorable fur coats. These quirky habits might make you laugh, but to your dog, they're serious business. Evolutionary adaptations that helped their ancestors thrive long before they became your couch companion. So let's dive into the fascinating world of canine weirdness and unravel the mysteries behind those head-tilting Zoomie running behaviors that make our dogs simultaneously the most puzzling and most entertaining roommates we could ask for. By the end, you'll see your dog's oddest habits in a whole new light. Behavior 1. The circling ritual. Let's start with that mysterious circling behavior, when your dog spins around multiple times before finally settling down to sleep or do their business. This isn't some strange OCD ritual. What you're witnessing is actually a fascinating ancestral behavior connected to Earth's magnetic field, one that wolves and wild canids still perform today. Scientists from the Czech University of Life Sciences discovered that dogs prefer to align their bodies along the north-south axis of Earth's magnetic field when defecating. This magnetic alignment helps them position themselves optimally in relation to their surroundings, giving them awareness of their environment during a vulnerable moment. It's essentially a survival mechanism that ensures they won't be caught off guard by predators. The next time you see your perfectly domesticated apartment dweller spinning in circles before lying down on their memory foam dog bed, remember, they're not being fussy. They're performing an ancient ritual that helped their ancestors survive in the wild. Those circles are a window into your dog's evolutionary past, revealing how deeply these magnetic navigation instincts remain embedded in their behavior. Behavior 2. The post-bath Zoomies. If you've ever bathed your dog, you've almost certainly witnessed the phenomenon known scientifically as frenetic random activity periods, or FRAPs. But most of us just call them Zoomies. That explosive burst of energy where your dog suddenly tears through the house at Mach 3, sliding around corners and bouncing off furniture like they've just downed a triple espresso. While Zoomies can happen at various times, they're particularly common after bath time, and there's a good reason. Dogs have sensitive skin that can feel uncomfortable when wet, and the strange sensation of water on their fur triggers a surge of nervous energy. Additionally, they're trying to dry themselves and regulate body temperature. That frantic running generates heat and helps shake excess water from their coat. You might also notice a distinctive posture during these episodes, the classic butt tuck, where your dog lowers their hindquarters, tucks their tail, and adopts a playful stance before taking off like a rocket. This is the universal canine signal that Zoomies are about to commence, so if you see this position, prepare for joyful chaos before the energy storm passes. Behavior 3. The head tilt. Few dog behaviors are more endearing than the classic head tilt. That adorable sideways cock of the head when you speak to them. While it might seem like they're just maximizing their cuteness, there's actually a practical reason behind this charming maneuver that has to do with how dogs process sounds and visual information. Dogs have evolved to be incredibly attuned to human communication, and tilting their head allows them to better position their ears to capture the full range of sounds in our speech. Additionally, a dog's muzzle can partially block their view, especially when focusing on something directly in front of them. By tilting their head, they're adjusting their line of sight to get a clearer visual of your face and expressions. Research from the Family Dog Project found that dogs who are especially responsive to human communication are more likely to perform the head tilt. So when your dog turns their head sideways while you're talking, they're not just being cute. They're actively working to understand you better. A remarkable testament to how deeply our two species have co-evolved. Behavior 4. Eating grass. You provide your dog with premium kibble and delicious treats, yet sometimes they seem more interested in munching on your lawn like a tiny lawnmower. This behavior often baffles owners, especially when followed by vomiting, leading to the misconception that dogs eat grass specifically to make themselves throw up when sick. While some dogs may eat grass when they have an upset stomach, research suggests that grass eating is actually normal behavior that most dogs engage in regardless of how they're feeling. Dogs are facultative carnivores, meaning while meat makes up most of their diet, they can consume plant material. Your dog's ancestors would have ingested plant matter both directly and through the stomach contents of their prey. Another theory suggests that grass provides dietary fiber that helps with digestion, or that dogs simply enjoy the taste or texture. Unless your dog is obsessively eating large amounts of grass or showing signs of illness, occasional grazing is generally nothing to worry about. Just another quirky aspect of their ancient programming expressing itself. Behavior 5. The kickback after potty time. After your dog finishes their business, they perform what looks like an elaborate victory dance, furiously kicking back, dirt, grass, or whatever surface they're standing on. While it might seem like they're trying to cover their tracks, there's actually a more interesting explanation for this ritualistic behavior. This kickback maneuver is actually a territorial marking behavior. Dogs have scent glands in their paws, and when they scratch at the ground, they're not just moving dirt. They're releasing their unique scent and creating a visual marker. It's essentially your dog's version of leaving a business card that says, "I was here to other animals passing through later." In the wild, this behavior would help establish territorial boundaries and communicate important information to other canids. So, when your suburban pet performs their post-potty kickback on your lawn, they're announcing their presence through an ancient communication system that relies on both visual and olfactory signals. Essentially, a canine social. Media post. Behavior 6. The greeting sneeze. If your dog tends to sneeze when excited or during play, you might have wondered if they're allergic to happiness. These aren't actually true sneezes, but rather a form of communication called play sneezing, and they serve a specific social purpose in the complex world of canine interaction. These fake sneezes are your dog's way of signaling that their behavior is playful and non-threatening. In dog language, a play sneeze essentially says, "Everything I'm doing right now is just for fun. I'm not being aggressive." It helps prevent playful interactions from being misinterpreted as confrontational, especially when play involves behaviors that might otherwise seem aggressive. This sneeze communication is particularly important during greetings or when play becomes very energetic. By incorporating these signals, dogs create a social framework that allows them to engage in roughhousing without escalating to actual aggression. Next time your dog sneezes during an excited greeting, they're not coming down with a cold. They're just saying they're happy to see you. Behavior 7. Scooting across the floor. Perhaps one of the more embarrassing public behaviors is the infamous butt scoot, that awkward moment when your dog sits down and drags their rear end across your floor. While it might look comical, this behavior is actually your dog's attempt to address physical discomfort, not an effort to embarrass you. The most common causes of scooting are issues with the anal glands, two small scent glands that normally express their contents when your dog defecates. If these glands become impacted or infected, they can cause irritation that prompts your dog to seek relief by dragging their bottom across the floor, effectively trying to express the glands themselves. Other potential causes include parasites like tapeworms, skin irritations, or something as simple as material stuck to their fur after a bathroom visit. While occasional scooting might not be cause for alarm, frequent scooting warrants a veterinary checkup, as your dog might need those glands manually expressed or treatment for an underlying condition. Behavior 8. Sleeping position weirdness. From the classic Superman pose with legs stretched out behind them to seemingly uncomfortable pretzel configurations, canine sleeping positions can be truly bizarre. These strange sleeping arrangements aren't just random. They're meaningful expressions of your dog's temperature, regulation needs, security feelings, and mood. When a dog sleeps on their back, with belly exposed and paws in the air, they're both displaying complete trust in their environment and trying to cool down. The belly has less fur and more blood vessels close to the skin, making it perfect for radiating excess heat. Conversely, when your dog curls up in a tight ball, they're conserving warmth and protecting vulnerable organs, a position that reflects when ancestors needed to stay warm and guard against threats. The donut position curled up, the side sleeper stretched out, and even the contortionist twisted in seemingly impossible angles all serve specific purposes related to temperature, comfort, and security. So next time you find your dog sleeping in a position that looks wildly uncomfortable, remember, they're simply following ancient instincts that tell them exactly how to position for optimal rest and safety. Behavior 9. The lean. There's something uniquely heartwarming about a dog who leans their body weight against your legs. This sweet behavior isn't just your dog being affectionate, although that's certainly part of it. There's a deeper significance to this pressure-based communication that reveals something meaningful about your relationship. The leaning behavior is actually a demonstration of trust and bonding. When your dog leans against you, they're saying, "I feel safe with you, and I trust you enough to be vulnerable." It's a physical expression of their secure attachment and a way of maintaining contact that reinforces your connection. Some behaviorists also believe it satisfies their instinct for pack closeness. In wolf packs, members often sleep in physical contact with one another. For some dogs, especially those bred for working closely with humans like herding breeds, the lean may also have a practical origin. These dogs were bred to stay in physical contact with their handlers, particularly in low visibility conditions, using body pressure to communicate position and readiness for commands. So when your dog leans on you, they're connecting to both their wild ancestors and domesticated heritage. Behavior 10. Resource, guarding your possessions. You might have noticed your dog has developed a peculiar affinity for your socks, shoes, or other personal items, carrying them around or hiding them away like tiny furry thieves. This behavior, while sometimes frustrating, is actually a fascinating insight into how dogs perceive items that carry your scent. When your dog steals your belongings, they're usually drawn to items with your strongest scent. Socks, shoes, and recently worn clothing are prime targets because they're saturated with your unique olfactory signature. For your dog, these items provide comfort through their association with you, especially when you're absent. It's similar to how a child might carry a parent's sweater for security. This behavior can also have roots in resource guarding instincts, where valuable items are collected and protected. By taking your possessions, your dog may be incorporating you via your scent into their collection of valued resources. In a way, a canine complement. While you might want to discourage the theft of certain items, understanding the emotional comfort these scent-rich objects provide can help you address the behavior compassionately. Conclusion. What we often dismiss as weird dog behaviors are actually fascinating glimpses into the ancient programming still running in our modern companions. These seemingly quirky habits, from spinning before lying down to zooming after bath time, are pieces of an evolutionary puzzle, remnants of survival strategies that helped their wild ancestors thrive for thousands of years. The next time your dog does something that makes you shake your head in bewilderment, remember, you're witnessing the beautiful intersection of their wild heritage and domesticated present. These behaviors connect them to their evolutionary past, while simultaneously adapting to the unique environment of human companionship, creating the complex, sometimes puzzling, but always lovable creatures that share our homes. So, does your dog have a particularly entertaining weird habit we didn't cover? Do they perform epic post-bath zoomies that turn your living room into a racetrack? Or have they perfected their own unique quirk? Share your funniest dog behavior stories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Dog Code 7 for more insights into the fascinating world of canine behavior. Until next time, keep decoding.